Everyone's super excited.
Yes. Yeah, man.
Good. I'm going to give a minute to let everyone in. I also want to share, I know you guys probably all have this. I only use one Zoom link for anything ever. So if we're ever doing anything, you can always go to your regular scheduled call time and you can just use that link. I'm a one Zoom link lady. So I am very excited about today. I am going to ask one favor because a lot of you are meeting each other for the first time or seeing each other in our Brady Bunch squares for the first time. Do me a favor and in your name, go ahead and put your area that you serve right after it. So you guys can start saying like, oh yeah, that's the lady in Kansas City. Like Gina Walton here has Gina Walton, Kansas City. I think it will help you guys start putting the names with the faces. I also want us to give a warm welcome out, first of all, to each other. And also because we have a couple of guests who are not in real estate that have joined us today. So everyone, yeah, wave and a hi and a hearty welcome to everyone who's here. All right, so we are going to jump in pretty quickly. You guys know I like getting right down to business. Most of you, if you are on this call, we have already had a background conversation about the details of what happened with Ken Posick as an example. So I'm not going to go over that now. If you and I did not have a discussion about Ken, please stay on at the end and I'll go over it briefly at that time. Okay. Also, I know that some of you are not big YouTube consumers. Several of you do not even have like a login for YouTube. And so for those of you who are not YouTube savvy, please just stay on because at the end, I'm going to do a Q&A specifically for people that are not familiar with YouTube. And this first part of the meeting, we're just going to talk and assume as if we all know how YouTube is. Okay. Sound like a plan? All right, let's jump straight in. You know what? Also, one other thing, I am working without an assistant today. Would someone like to be my co-host just in the event that, say, my computer crashed? Then the room would continue and I'd be able to rejoin from my phone. Can I have a volunteer that would like to be my co-host?
I can, Bridget.
Perfect. All right, so Anastelle Mays. Okay. I don't expect that to happen. We all know, though, we should always expect the unexpected, right? Okay, so we're going to jump in. I do have a slideshow to go along with today, so we can cover a lot in a short time frame. I am particularly excited about this, and if you don't know, I will actually be doing the challenge with whomever of you decide to take on the challenge. So I'm actually also going to be posting 100 videos in 100 days. I feel like that's going to really put us in the trenches together, and it's going to really move all of us forward in a different way than if I was not doing it as well.
Can we have Dolores mute?
Yeah, can we go ahead and mute, especially since I don't have my assistant.
So I gotta go to
I don't want to be standing at the mute.
Yeah.
Okay. So and Anastelle, maybe you can help me with that.
You should be able to mute her.
That's right. Yeah, if you Anastelle, if you could kind of be on mute alert. And by the way, this is being recorded, so it will be sent out. It will be uploaded to YouTube.
I think she sent it to
I gotta find that person.
Finding her right now.
All right, there we go. All right. So Lena said, how do I change my name? To change your name, you just go down to, if you click on the little 3 dots on your photo, it says rename, and then you can put Boston beside that. All right, so I'm going to share these slides. We are going to jump in and we are going to just, to me, this is like the beginning of a very exciting project, and it's really going to close out this year in a major way for all of us. I also feel like for many of you, I feel like this is going to be kind of like a dream come true, you know, because many of us have wanted to do this for quite a while, and now we are making it happen. All right, so let me get in present mode, and I've got some more people coming. And then Anna, still, I'm also going to let you admit people that start coming in now. I know me, I'll start talking and I'll forget to admit those poor souls. So the 100 and 100 challenge, we're going to dive right in. Can everyone see the screen?
Hi, everybody. Yes, I can see it.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
So our objectives in this challenge, in my mind, and please feel free to add in the chat if you feel another objective. The first one is create a profitable lead source with a high conversion rate that is semi-passive with marketing stickiness. I think that encapsulates exactly what we're looking to do here. So in terms of, if you are not familiar with marketing stickiness, I put a definition in there that you can refer to. I know a lot of you have a marketing background. We're going to keep going. The other one is to get into massive action. So any of you who have read MREA, you know that Gary talks about big actions brings big results. And that when you really want to achieve growth, if you actually want to get from where you are today to your life by design and dreams, it's going to require massive action. And in my opinion, taking on the challenge of posting 100 unique videos in 100 days, that to me is a definition of massive action. And at the same time, we're going to be doing it where you are not jeopardizing time off and lifetime with family. You're not interfering with lead generation, and you are continuing to grow while you're taking on this challenge. Third one, to decrease lead generation expenses while increasing brand awareness and name recognition. I think that's a great objective. I'm very excited about that. And then I know some of you think I have an odd definition of what's fun, but we can have fun and learn something new. The majority of you on here, I know that you have done videos at some point or another. And I know that you have some, it's not like it's brand new to doing a video, but it's going to be doing it in a different way, increasing efficiency, exposure, setting our ego aside and jumping in with both feet to make it happen. Okay. So does anyone have an objective that they would like to add to these four? Okay. I thought these are just good 4 core objectives, and we're going to plow ahead. The agenda today is to jump right into the challenge itself. We're going to cover all the basics efficiently. Again, from the conversation standpoint of we all understand YouTube basics. And then at the end of it, I'll do an intro to YouTube basics for those of you that don't have it or don't have an account. So just put on your seatbelt and let's go. The plan itself. So right now, I want each of you commit to the challenge. Is it the right time? How committed to the challenge are you right now? In terms of this challenge and how we're going to structure it, it's critical that we're all running the same race. So if this is something that, and I want you to think about it over the course of this week, is this the time and are you going to commit? In my opinion, I would like to put together a small group of people that if I said, how committed are you on a scale of 1 to 10, your answer would be 7 or above. This doesn't mean that you cannot, develop things, but if your commitment level is a 6 or below, I'm going to ask you to politely decline from participating as we move forward in the 4th quarter. I do not want to set up an accountability buddy and someone's a level 8 and put them with a level 4. Nearly everyone on this call or listening to this recording has gone through Bold. Have you ever had a script partner where you were a level 10 and they were a level 2? Anyone experience that?
Yep.
Wasn't it annoying as all get out is what I'll say, right? Okay, so we don't want to create that. There's going to be intensity and challenges and mindset as we're doing this challenge. Let's all be in it. I will be doing another 100 days in the 1st quarter. And if you decide that this timing is not exactly right for you, it's okay. You can do it in the next quarter. This meeting today, of course, was open to everyone. Subsequent group meetings are going to be for the people that are in the challenge. All right. I want you to pick your start date. Now, your start date needs to be before or on September 14th. That is going to allow you to complete the 100 days before Christmas Eve. We're all going to celebrate and have a virtual toast celebrating what we've achieved somewhere, that week before Christmas. And I really, I'm super excited. Jess, first off, I want to introduce Jess Williams. She is new to my schedule. Everyone say hi, Jess. And
Hey,
she's
Jess.
in the East Bay area, Fremont, Union
Hi,
City.
Hi.
Great area up there. So she already had her first day. She went ahead and she was already in the works of enhancing her social media, and her first day has happened, and I'm excited about that. Some of you may decide to do it on the 14th, also great, but this is time for us to be in action, okay? I want you to play all in. Just be open, vulnerable, be a person of action.
What happened?
I want us to come up with plans because listen, I also have a brain. I know sometimes it's questionable. I'm human, not a robot. So we're probably everyone who does this is going to have a moment of, oh my God, well, I don't know. Am I doing this? What am I doing? Like odd thoughts will pop in. Stop yourself. Bridget Stewart, you're in action. You're doing the challenge. Set aside the thoughts, keep going. So just be a person of action, put on that hat, put on that cape, do it. Declare that this is the time for you to create what you have envisioned. Some of you I know have envisioned this for years. Or if you haven't, if you're just now thinking about social media and or YouTube, that you're taking on a new avenue, new adventure. But let's just keep ourselves as often as possible in that groove. And be prepared to get out of your comfort zone. Just accept it and move on, okay? Put on your helmet and move on. I'm going to encourage each of you to create an affirmation that supports the new challenge you're taking on. Each of you are going to have a different nuance to that, so I don't want to give a blanket one, but let's develop an affirmation to keep you engaged in the challenge. Number 4. This one is mission critical. I should have labeled it mission critical. Commit to not overthinking. I'll say it one more time. Commit to not overthinking. Many of us, myself included, who have delayed and procrastinated on taking this action, we've done it because we overthink the process, the thumbnail, the editor, the topic, the what am I going to wear? Fill in the blank, right? Cut it out. So again, I want all of us to agree when we find ourselves overthinking, and this, by the way, this is a physiological thing that you can do. You clap your hands, you say your full name. Bridget Stewart, you have committed to not overthinking. You're in action. You're staying this. You're doing the challenge. 3 power statements. Boom. Keep going. So we all need to pledge to each other that if we find ourselves overthinking and we cannot stop it with the example I just gave you, that you'll reach out to your accountability buddy or you'll reach out to the group and stop it in its tracks, because that is mission critical. Would everyone agree? Anyone else on this call? I could put up both hands and a foot that will overthink. And I'm not even
agreed.
Critical. So I mean, that's pretty bad. Kai, it looks like you have a question or a comment.
No,
yourself,
I just didn't want to say agree. I just rose my
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Very good. Okay. So now the plan, the 100. There's going to be 100 videos posted in 100 days. I want to take a moment and just cover a little bit of detail. We're not going to go super in depth. We'll do that on the future group calls. So length, there's no minimum length requirement. I mentioned that right now because I want to set all of us up for success. You can say with some minor discussion we'll have later, the ideal length is somewhere between 4 and 10 minutes. I don't know why I used a numeric and a word there. I typically don't do that. So we'll discuss this later, but in your mind, somewhere between 4 and 10, you'll be doing great. However, we're doing a big challenge and there is no minimum length requirement. So let's just say something weird happened and your editor got sick and you don't have a video to post today. Great. Live stream, share a happy message, hit post, boom, you still hit the challenge. So there's not a minimum length. Now, if you post 72 minute, minute and a half happy message videos, I'll be calling you to have another discussion. But in an emergency situation, do a live stream, share it, go. Okay. Hyperlocal messaging content. Most of us have covered that fairly in depth. Several of you have already looked at Ken's channel. Not that you have to completely duplicate him, but it gives you that idea. The concept here is not to be all real estate all the time. It is to give a robust mixture of topics that really gives a feel for what it's like to live in the area. We wanted to support local businesses, give an overview of real estate, both macro and micro. For me, that means macro is market stats. Micro would be touring Shaquille O'Neal's house or an incredible evidence of success with a property that has some compelling factor about it. And also having an infusion of non-realtor or real estate related guests. So in our topic discussion, we'll go into that in more detail, but I just want you all to know this is not, in my opinion, you don't want to make a channel that's just real estate, real estate, real estate. Here's how to buy, first time buyer, how to sell, prepare your house, blah, blah. It's not what we want. We want a robust casserole, not a filet mignon. Recording and production. Could you simply record a video every day? Sure. Is that ripe with opportunity for failure and distress? Yes. I highly recommend batch recording and production. I'm going to encourage you all to frame it as having in studio days, which would be like at your office or in your Zoom room or however you're going to do it. That's a great way to do some great intros and outros. So you have a couple different outros that you could always just stick on a video, get it out quickly. That is where you can talk about like the area or market stats. Of course, you can do some recording that can then have B-roll or photos panned and scanned behind it. So you can do you can record a lot of videos in one day. Ladies, I'm going to recommend when any of you, men and women, when you're doing a production day, bring in several tops, jackets, shirts, dresses, bring in a little wardrobe. Ladies, I would encourage you start with your hair down and your lightest lipstick. And then as you do a couple videos, darker lipstick, change your hair, couple video, and you're changing your outfits, right? You don't want to look like, you only have one shirt and, look the same every day. So you can record 12, 20 videos in a day in studio. Then I'm going to recommend starting out for efficiency. You'll probably need 2 in-field days per month. But that we'll go over logistics in a future call, but you actually schedule out a day to be out in the field and capturing that. But you want to do batch recording as much as possible. I saw a few of you shaking your heads. Can I get a few more hand raise of like, yes, do batch recording? Okay. On camera talent, the bulk of you that are here today are the key business person and or the rainmaker, or the business owner, or the business manager, for the few of you that may not be in real estate. In a dream world, you're going to be the key face on talent, the key person that's speaking. Are there some YouTube channels that never show a face and are all voiceover with video and pan and scan? Yes, and there's some very successful ones. I don't know of any in real estate that are successful. I think that we want to, part of what we're doing is creating relationships and adding that human element into real estate. And I do think we need a face in there. We can discuss this more in depth on your own one-on-one coaching call. We will talk about it more in the future group sessions. It doesn't mean that you can't ever have some other team members on there. But let's just be prepared that you're going to be the main on-camera talent. And if you have concerns about that, please let me know. Leverage. We want to figure out your editing options, and we want to figure this out quickly and decisively. We're going to take a couple minutes right now just to go over some obvious options. You could have a cyberbacker or a virtual assistant that has editing skills. You could hire an independent contractor from Upwork or a similar site. I am currently interviewing several editors with YouTube experience from Upwork, and I will be selecting one. I will be using that as my option for starting the challenge. I'm happy to share the people that I have met, from that, and that's a good option for you. Personally speaking, in my own experience, I've had great success with the quality of the work I've hired from Upwork more so than some of the similar sites like Fiverr and some of the other ones. Jess, do you want to share?
Yes, quick question. I'm on day 4, and yesterday I recorded about 8 to 10 pieces of content.
Mhm.
And I know how to edit.
Mhm.
I'm always steered towards getting a MacBook because they say it's the best. But for right now, I have to make my HP work. So all of that to say, do you have any suggestions of simplified editing software so that I can just edit the videos that I have now that I can use on HP?
So Vlog Easy works both PC and Mac. And I'm not sure if they're on here, but I have a couple of people that have used Vlog Easy and they've been very happy with that. There are a couple of others, and I'm having tip of the tongue syndrome. I know that there's, because I get what you're saying. If you're going to use like the Adobe products, they're great, but you can't jump in as a quick newbie and be like, oh, let me create a video. Does anyone else know of something like Vlog Easy? Please put it in the chat. God, there's one that I actually used myself for a while. It was great. It added in lower thirds, and you could actually
Vlog Easy. Teresa shared one.
Okay, good. So yeah, let's keep, and that's going to be in the group spreadsheet as well. You're going to be able to put tools, equipment, apps, people, and options in there. You could also have an independent contractor that's in person. It doesn't have to be virtual. There's plenty of community colleges, people that are looking to build their portfolio, people that just offer gig contracts of editing. So it could be in person. You may have a current staff person that is very fluent in Adobe products, and they may be interested in taking this on. And then again, the apps like Vlog Easy and the one Teresa put in the chat.
Yeah, I have my assistant that's going to be assisting with editing, but I also don't want to be reliant upon one person in the case that there's some issue with something. And because I've edited before, I don't mind doing it. But I want to make sure that anything I'm asking my assistants to do, I also can and know how to do myself.
And, that's an example, in my opinion, of you're preparing for any eventuality. So by being able to do that, anything that happens, you're going to be able to still do what you need to do. And Jess is tech savvy. Many of my clients that I love dearly are not. I do not want you learning to edit. Okay. I'm looking at you, Bill Vernon. I am looking at you, Bill Vernon. Right. So if you have that natural ability and tendency, great. If you don't, please don't take that on. We never want this program to interfere with building relationships and lead generation and what you're doing to build your business now. For someone like Jess, for her, this would be like me creating a Google spreadsheet. She can do it because she has the natural ability and the background already. Okay. All right. So I want to jump to the structure of the group itself, because we're going to have our own group. These are my thoughts, and then I want more feedback and input from you guys after I go through these few thoughts. One is we're going to have a weekly meeting. The very next meeting is going to be Friday, September 10th at 10 a.m. Pacific. I will let you know it is usually not going to be on Fridays. This one's on Friday and next one's on Friday because Labor Day was in the middle and it messed my schedule up. After September 10th, it will be every week, and it's either going to be a Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon. I will record every session and I will upload it to YouTube in a members only section just for you all. Okay. So never have that fear of missing out. In those weekly meetings, we're going to go over wins, challenges, topic feedback, technical issues. How do you promote your platform through the competition in a way that should be successful? Promotion strategies, increasing efficiency. You can share if you had a huge disaster, share it, because we'll all learn from the things that work as well as the things that don't work. We will also have accountability, making sure that we're hitting our 100 days. So in my mind, that weekly meeting, this is also going to allow us to put all of that in one place and not have it overrun your regular coaching. We're getting ready to business plan for 2022. We need your regular coaching call to be about the business planning and what you're facing right now, because I want every single person on here going through the end of this year strong. I want all of you running straight through that finish line. I don't want anyone putting their shoulders back and starting to slow down as we get there. So this is going to keep your YouTube challenge in a separate box from the coaching. Now, obviously, of course, you can ask me questions there if you need to. Algorithm stimulus. So the structure of the group is going to help all of us launch faster and stronger. In how we would do that is we're going to subscribe to each other's channels. We are going to like and comment on each other's videos. Now, if you immediately went to, oh my goodness, how will I have the time to do that? There is a process for doing that we can have our staff do that will become a win-win for all of us. And in the very next meeting we do, I'm going to go over that. One little note, one thing you don't want to do. You do not want to go to Bill Vernon's video, start the video, and then exit out of it. Please don't do that. So even if you have to mute Bill and open a new tab to do whatever you need to do, allow his video to run through. I'll go into more of the details on that in one of our next meetings. It is critical. I might even do just a little video message about how to do that in a way that's a win-win and just send that video out to you guys. We do want to like and comment on each other's videos, and the staff can do this. So you can actually have your, your support person, or maybe not your editor, but your EA or someone on the team in about 15 minutes a week, they could like and comment on nearly everyone's video. We're in the algorithm stimulus. We're going to identify keywords and area or niche specific searches and videos. As you know, how many of you do luxury? Hand raise. Put your, like more than half of you are luxury. So obviously we're going to want to weave through luxury through what you're doing. Many of you do military. Who's my military folks? I see Roscoe's, I see Bill Vernon, I see a bunch of you, right? You're going to want to add in military stuff. So we're going to, in the weekly meeting, we're going to talk about how do you stimulate the algorithm? How do you highlight your specialty without becoming real estate Robotron? Okay. Investors, vacation rentals, all of it. And then we'll also talk about the power of guests for stimulating the algorithm and increasing your exposure and your, hopefully, subscriptions. Accountability buddies. Yes, I didn't make that up. Credit to Trey Stone and Matt Parker, but I love that word. So one of the things I'm going to do is at random, I might videotape that too, because I'm going to do the literal names out of a fishbowl. You're each going to have an accountability buddy for 3-week stretches at a time. And what I'm going to ask of you is that for your partner, you will watch their videos. You will comment and like on them. So that's going to be an agent view. So the staff will be doing it on a bulk level. You're going to do it with one person. So we all know you'll get more frank feedback, more candid feedback from someone that you don't know, right? That's why you're going to have someone at random, and it's going to last for 3 weeks, because after 3 weeks, you're going to start liking each other or not liking each other. And then you're going to not give as candid feedback. So every 3 weeks, you'll get a new accountability buddy. The goal is that you'll watch each other's videos. You will give candid feedback with kindness, and you'll comment and like on those particular videos. I would also consider being guests on each other's channels, particularly if well, obviously, if they're in a different market area than you. Yeah, everyone, let's do a unmute and shout out if you're in Houston.
Woo! Yeah.
Yeah, there's several of you, right? So probably not going to be guests on each other's videos if you're right near. You guys actually are adjacent, not in the same place in Houston, but still, you get it. If you're talking to Rebecca in Seattle and you're Gina in Kansas City, great. Have her as a guest and do it kind of, so we're going to work on that. So that's sort of the structure of the small group. Does anyone have any other ideas or suggestions in terms of how we could make the small group powerful?
Maybe brainstorm ideas, because I know we have Ken as an example, and I'm sure with all of our brains, we can figure out some clever subjects.
Absolutely. In fact, so there, I thought I put this in here and it looks like I did not. Okay, so there is going to be a master Google spreadsheet. It's almost ready to go out. I have one more coaching call after this, and then it's going out to all of you. You're all going to have editing rights. Please be respectful and don't change what other people add. And in that spreadsheet, we are going to have master topic ideas. And the way that I'm working it, I'm structuring it right now where on one sheet, it has like an umbrella, like versus. And then under that, you can put all types of versus topics, right? Then there's what can you get for fill in the blank with a price point? You know, so it's going to have some, you can brainstorm it, and there's a, miscellaneous category, but add in topic ideas. The more we share about topic ideas, and then also, let's say you do a video that just blows out of the water, it's like incredible, go back into that topic and put a note. Hey, everyone, this one had 470 views in the first 3 days, blah, blah, blah. Like, so, share the ones that if you notice a large engagement factor, put the notes in there. Okay. So that is a great idea. We're going to be brainstorming a lot. I never want any of you to think, what am I going to talk about today? And if you do have that thought, I want you to have this robust list. You go in there. Remember, we're all in action and decisive. You'd go in, pick one and do it. Okay. RK Rasos had a good idea of possibly having a virtual assistant that would assist with just running the group. My assistant has been out the last 3 days. I am going to talk to him about that on Monday or on Tuesday. But that may be something, that I may be able to work out as well. That would be kind of cool, because then if you guys have a question or an issue or something like that, and I'm on coaching calls, you'd have someone to go to outside of your partner. Any other ideas or suggestions just for the group itself? And of course, you can think about it this week. In our meeting next Friday, you can add it. You can also add it to the spreadsheet. These, in my opinion, these are the immediate to-dos. Obviously, we have to time block this. Yes?
Hi, Bridget, this is Parisa. Sorry, I'm not on the video.
No problem.
And I was late. What kind of camera we use? Just a regular? So when you say, when it says studio, you're recommending that we hire someone for the camera part?
No. In fact, maybe I should have said that up front. You guys that have known me for a while, I love $1 and to hold it tightly in my hand. So the purpose of this and the beauty of this is it's an investment of time, not money. So I want us to keep our expenses really low. When I say in studio, all I mean is you're in your office or your house. You're recording. You're not out in the field in front of La Parisienne Bakery. You're just in your office. And when I say in studio, it's because some of you have a green screen or a backdrop, or, you have something. So wherever you do your, hey, just record a video. Frankly, some people do it on Zoom. In terms of equipment, the only equipment I think anyone needs right now that you don't already have is possibly a ring light with a holder. So many of you, because of Zoom, you already have ring lights. Lighting is key, which I think is kind of funny because my lighting's not right today. So I love a good chuckle and a Zoom recording. If you don't have a ring light, get a ring light. They're at Best Buy. They're not expensive. And ideally get one that will hold your camera, either a DSLR or your phone. In my opinion, anyone who has at least the last 2 generations of either a Samsung or an iPhone or even the Pixel, your camera is extraordinary. I have the latest Samsung, I forget, Ultra Plus, whatever. I'm blown away by the 4K video on that phone. So that is going to be, I actually think it's better than my DSLR, and I plan on using that for my videos. It's one of the cool things about doing this now is technology has caught up with some other things, and it's making it even easier to do. Parisa, one other note, and Ken has reinforced this. I can give you all a lot of examples. We'll discuss it in the small groups later. It is more important to have a video posted than to have a perfect video not posted because it's not perfect enough. So it is the consistency and putting it out is more important than perfection. And do not allow perfection to get in your way. Okay. So in
one more
terms of-
question. When I have a second, go ahead. On the property videos that we do for our listings, how do we? Of course, those are all up. Should we do like more to that?
My quick answer, looking at time, is no. You can, no. This is a different. Anyone else want to answer that? It's yeah, you can put them on there. Don't expect much. It's not going to create the engagement. The things that create the engagement are things like, what can you get in Carson City for $500,000? And then you show 3 different levels of property. Or what can you get for $500,000? I'm going to do Gardnerville, Minden, and Carson City. That's so. And actually, Priest, I'm going to ask that we set this for future discussion because we still have some ground to cover. Okay. So why don't we make that a topic in next Friday's meeting? So obviously you're still going to do that to satisfy your sellers. Do I see that as a viable part of creating subscribers, leads, and engagement? I do not. Let's do a quick vote. Who agrees? Who disagrees? Who says, oh, DJ.
So I think the simple way to answer that question is the videos you're doing of your walkthrough tours and your property tours are for us. These videos are for what we should be focused on is what does the customer want to see?
There you go. Okay, very good. Nice. All right, so let's get back to the action list. And Priest, we will address that in more depth in the small group. So you do want to time block it and get it on the calendar. The bold law, if it's not on your calendar, it
Doesn't exist.
Thank you. Do I know exactly how long it's going to take you all at this time? I do not. I would recommend scheduling 2 afternoons for in-house recording. I would recommend time blocking 2 days, and I'm talking about in the month, 2 days in the month for in the field as a starting point, our half-hour meeting, and maybe, and then yourself, but time block it. Create your YouTube account if you don't have one. If you don't, make sure you stay after for the little bit. Subscribe to each other's group channels. So you all did a great job filling in that form. And those of you that have channels, put them in there. I already started subscribing to them. I am going to share those. Just go through and just subscribe to everyone's channel. It's very quick. When you receive the Google spreadsheet for the group, add in some of your topic ideas. Do it now while it's fresh and you're thinking of it. But let's really work together to create a robust master list of topics so we're never without something to talk about. Pick your official start date again. Make it on or before September 14th. Okay. Decide on your editor option for the moment. And I say for the moment because just pick what you're doing for right now. It doesn't mean that in October you might not change your mind or pick something else. Be decisive, set a timer, say I've got 30 minutes to look at these options and pick what I'm doing, and then just get it done. Review your current library of video. Someone on this call, and I'm imagining more of you, have a lot of video that you never did anything with, or you have some video that may have been like a live post on Facebook, you never did anything. Download it, repackage it, stick it up there. Some of you probably have some stockpiled videos that you could use. Quick side note, YouTube does know what you've uploaded. So if you've already uploaded it to YouTube, you cannot upload it again. And it's not a big deal. You will just start your upload and you'll get a message, upload canceled, already uploaded. So it's not a big deal, but so look and see what you've got. You probably already have some things you could use. Okay. And then that way you can just get started. Brainstorms and Q&A. So if you have questions, I'm going to actually stop sharing so I can see more of you. You can either raise your hand or unmute yourself. You can put a question in the chat. So tell me, what are you guys thinking? What is oh, I just see here in the chat.
Hello. Yeah.
Login has a test trial. So you could actually do all 100 videos during the free trial. That's pretty appealing.